Agric Economy is a program where we bring to you happenings when it comes to the world of agric as it connects the economy. On this week of the program, we'll be taking a look at the research impact on agricultural development. I am Khadija Oluwatoyin. To discuss in the studio with me this afternoon is Mr. Advert. Welcome to the program, sir.
Thank you for having me.
Yes. There's been talk about improvement in the agric sector. We're taking agric sector to its right of place. That. Okay, for us to achieve all of these, the central bank lifted bans on some of the items and the rest of it. We've seen so many things happen from the last administration down to this. But the truth is, research is one major aspect if we want to truly take this sector to its right of place. We have the Agricultural Research Council of Nigeria, and who is the head of the research institutes in Nigeria. Well, and then we have well over different agric institutes in Nigeria. But then these researches, according to some people, the information is not disseminated well. To start with, what do you think we should do in the area of information dissemination?
In any organization or in any venture that needs to thrive, information dissemination is key. If you are doing a good job and you are not transmitting it to those that need to see it, then it's as well as not doing anything at all. So, and there is a saying that anything worth doing is worth doing well. Communication is a key part of success trajectory, and if you have done a good work and it is not properly communicated, then it will not get to the end users, and at the end of the day, the aim is defeated. That is why communication is very key. Just like you said, we have very vibrant research institutions in Nigeria, like ARCN and the others like FIRO and the rest. And you discover that we have very brilliant scholars that are conducting research in the area of agriculture in Nigeria. And you also discover that they even have partnerships with foreign consultants as well that come in to partner with them, and they have wonderful works that has been done in the area of research that can benefit agriculture in Nigeria. But one other thing is that when you look at Nigeria vast terrain with arable land, with so many products that can be grown in Nigeria, with so many natural resources, we need research to be able to improve our performance and to make Nigeria competitive in the Committee of Nations as regards agriculture. And that is why the world is evolving and researches are coming up every day, and new improvements and new ways of doing things are coming up. New alignment and combinations as regards plants, as regards crops are coming up every day. And when the researches are made as regards diseases and pests and others, it has to be communicated. The whole world needs to know that these and these are the milestones of success that has been achieved. And take, for example, when we had the COVID-19 challenge in the world, you discover that pharmaceutical companies and pharmacists started coordinating, and companies that are involved started getting a whole lot of financial assistance from both the world and even private investors. And as the progress was being made on the research, it was being disseminated, and it got to a point that when approvals were being gotten, the whole world knew which has been approved, which can be used, what is their capacity and the rest. So communication is very key. In as much as we have very good research institutes, their products, their research works needs to be communicated.
Okay. Sorry, sir. Looking at the research impact now properly, what's the impact? What is expected, or what impact is supposed to be on outputs of agri produce?
Yeah, research in agriculture, in the agricultural sector, is supposed to enhance the output of agricultural products on the long run.
Sorry for the breaking transmission. Like we were saying earlier, the impact of agricultural development.
Yeah.
How how will the research impact in the output of this produce?
Just like as I was saying, the research is very, very important to be able to have improved output of agricultural products, because it is from research that you generate improved seedlings that can actually make the crops to be improved, and at the end of the day get higher yield. It is from research you discover other ways of planting some particular crops to ensure that you maximize the yield that comes out of it. It is also from research you discover that you can even use greenhouse farming to be able to plant some particular crops and be able to put them in a certain condition and for you to have maximum results on them. So when there is no research, people will continue to use primordial planting methods, which will not be able to compete favorably with what is obtainable elsewhere. You discover that a country like Israel, for example, their land texture and the soil texture is not like that of Nigeria, that is very fertile and the rest. But because of research, they have been able to even plant some crops on rocks because of the opportunities they have gone through to ensure that they use research and technology to be able to get to where they are today. Apart from that, some of the crops that they produce, you discover that they can compete favorably with any other crops with better yields and better nutrition than even those that are produced in where the soil texture is very high. That is a result of adequate research and dissemination of the information on the research. So research is expected. In fact, the primary purpose of research is to improve yield, improve crop performance, improve the agricultural output performance, make it competitive to what is obtainable in other climes. And if this is not done, then we have not gone that far as we should.
Okay, we've seen the research institute. Once you walk in through the reception, you see different researches that have been done. Those some on cassava, those on yams, and the rest of it. How would you rate the impact on?
Yes, any research that is being done, we should not lose sight of financial backing. Because anything that is good costs money. There is a saying in my place that a soup that is sweet is
money that kills it.
So anything good costs money. Successful researches in Europe and in the United States used to go millions of pounds and euros to get to that level. So when we are talking of researches in Nigeria, we need enough financial muscle to be able to do quality research that will stand the test of time and that our people will be able to use. So apart from government intervention in creating these research institutes, in funding these research institutes, we believe that private sector initiative and partnership is also very important, because when we are talking of these researches, they need enough money not only to bring out the research report, but to able to disseminate it adequately. For example, a research institute that have come out with a successful research needs to reach out to the target areas of where that research will be implemented and be useful. The stakeholders in those areas needs to be brought together so that this research can be shared with them. A success pattern needs to be reviewed and followed up. All this involves money. So that is why it is not enough to have a research, but you must have enough funds to carry on with the logistics, communication, and a review of all that has been done to ensure that the end result is favorable.
There's been before now that there's been talks that the money earmarked for research, especially Agric research rather, is rather small. Yes. And the last meeting the executive secretary had with the ministers at the Agric ministry headquarters, there were reservations as regards the issue of training and retraining of staff of these institutes. What's your call? What's your take as regards training and retraining? Because we know that, like you said earlier, things are changing every day. New researches are coming up, and new innovations, technologies are coming out. What's your take as regards?
Training is very key, and training and retraining is what can make one to stand relevant at every point in time. I discovered that the Research Institute also use the opportunity and the experience of the academia, and you discover that in the academia, most of them are consultants to these research institutes as regards agricultural improvement and the rest. We discovered that subvention even to those researches that are done in the academia is not where it's supposed to be. Now, when you're looking at government, research funding comes at the lower rung of their target. You discover that they are looking at even construction of roads and other things that are really not the forte of Ministry of Agriculture and the rest. So the funds that are earmarked for researches, agricultural researches, is not where it should be, and that can be reasoned from the fact that even the funds that are earmarked for or budgeted for Agric as a whole is not where it's supposed to be. It is when we have enough funds for budgeted for the ministry that the ministry itself will have enough funds to earmark for research. So the government needs to look at enhancing the budget. We are going to another budget session in 2024, and I've heard that the president will be tabling the budget by November or thereabout. I think that Ministry of Agric or Agriculture as a whole need to have an improved and competent budget that can drive the vision of this new government, because even last year it's just less than 5% of the annual budget was for agriculture. Let things start changing, because when it changes and there is enough budget lines for agriculture, then it can dovetail to research, and research can find its pride of place, because you discover that some of these researchers and some of the successes they have made, they have produced it for Nigerian credit. Some of them have not even been paid for all the expenses that were incurred on some of those researches because of paucity of funds. So the government needs to ensure that the Ministry of Agric is properly funded, and the ministers need to ensure that research takes its prominent place if actually we want to. For example, any individual that wants to grow needs to take in nutrients to be able to grow. Research is a nutrient that needs to be taken by the agricultural sector to ensure that we remain relevant and the sector can meet the yearnings of the people.
Okay, Agric research is one key point, that's what it means, that needs attention, because without this being the main point, this is where we have the improved seedlings, we have improved technologies as regards the agricultural sector. We'll go on a quick break, one return, go nowhere. More information comes your way. Stay tuned. The program is still Agric Economy on ARC and Television, Abuja, Nigeria, and we have been talking on the impact of research on the agric sector. We've heard so much the need for all sectors to come in and invest and try and come in, put hands on deck in ensuring that the research institutes we have is doing just fine. The federal government was also called to increase the what did you call it again, the budget, the subventions for the agric sector, especially when it comes to research. Now we'll be taking a different dimension. We know that of course, despite all of these researches have been going on, improved seedlings have been churned out. So from the improved seedlings, we've seen so many produce that from corn to mangoes, pawpaw, coconuts, and the rest of it. In fact, that of mango, before now, if you tell me you bring this big, there's this species of mangoes that are usually big. In my place, they'll tell you, the water that is used for that mango, if you know it, if you know eat that mango. And for some reasons, it became so sticky in the minds of many, like me. If not until I started, doing this sensitization and the rest of it. The acceptability level of this research is what I want us to talk about in just less than 10 minutes. What do you think about the acceptability first?
The same sentiment you have is the sentiments that a whole lot of people have as regards improved seedlings that brings out maybe an unusual nature in the crop itself. Because they feel that maybe a chemical has been used and is injurious and harmful to the health. And you know that primordial sentiment is very, very key in shaping people's opinion if it is not clearly stated. And that is why we have that some of these improved and successful researches have not really impacted the society because of what it has turned out. So I would say that one, apart from doing successful research and implementing it to bring out improved seedlings, we also need to ensure that we have good communication network to make sure that the people get to the nitty-gritty of how it is done. For example, you see manufacturing companies even taking people through the TV to see how they produce their products is to create confidence in the production process, so that by the time you see the finished product, you will have been aware of how it was produced in the first place. So when these researches are done, and I see no reason why it is not properly publicized to the public, even if it's not running concurrently on TV adverts, it should be moved around the states, stakeholders engagement, and if you do not have money for the TV, you can create pamphlets explaining the processes of how we got to where we are to achieve this great success. When the consciousness of the people needs to be aroused as regards to how we got to that level. For example, if you knew that there is an improved seedling that can make mango that used to be small to be bigger, and you know how it is done, you won't be thinking of whether it is poisonous or they are using other diabolical methods to produce it. So information is very key to ensure that our research successes are acceptable to the populace.
And then aside that, yes, some farmers are not are not accepting this, because I know in one episode of this program on Agric Today, yes, we had an interview with a farmer who now said that it's not about having these improved seedlings. The truth is, after planting them and harvesting, it becomes something else to sell in the market.
That people are not buying.
People don't buy from them.
Okay.
So this still boils down to the sensitization and
definitely it boils down to sensitization, it boils down to practicalizing these things. You know, I used to like one particular product, the way they go about doing their adverts, probably maybe Indomie, for example. You discover that they don't only reach out to their target market, they ensure that the target market see the procedure of how it is being you can prepare it to make you salivate to the extent that you will want to rush to go and get one. So when we are talking of we have gone the whole gamut of research, we have brought out improved seedlings, we have cultivated, and it has come out successful. We need to let people know the other side of it, which is ensuring that we practicalize the usage. If it is a mango, for example, we make sure that we do demonstrations of how this can be enjoyed, of how, you use this mango with something for fruit salad, you use it for this, you use it for that, and now you'll enjoy it. If there is no demonstration, the people that decided to be demonstrating how to cook this Indomie, for example, knew what they were going to get. They knew that it's going to generate confidence in the heart of those that like it, or those that are still skeptical about it. So when you have done all that, you have brought your products, when you get it to the market, you need to create a mechanism. I believe that it's not only the fault of the farmer now. The federal government needs also to come in to be able to demonstrate these things, and so that word of mouth too can add to the acceptability of these products. That, I have tried this thing, it's very nice, I have found this thing, it's very nice. You can now do an advert. That, how did you see this product? No, when I cook this one, it's even, I really like it. It gave me, when others start hearing it, definitely it will create confidence in them.
True. Well, on that note, we'll be wrapping it up on the program. There's need for research institutes to come out, sensitize people about their researches, make it known, let farmers understand why the improved seedlings are coming the way they are coming, so that they can adequately explain to those they are selling to in the market what they are buying, so that at the end, consumers would be rest assured that what we are buying, what we're eating, is actually healthy and not hazardous to the body. Because if you look at it, the world is actually moving towards ensuring that we reduce the rate of having to cure all these terminal illnesses as a result of having to ingest a different kind of harmful substances. On this note, thank you for coming on the program, sir.
Thank you.
We really do appreciate. We call him every time, and he's always here to answer. God bless you, sir.
Thank you.
Yes, that's it on the program. Expect more educating and inciting episode of the same program next week. Don't forget to like our YouTube page and watch our programs. Please drop your comments and feedback so that we can know where to adjust as we continue in the journey of sensitizing you on what agriculture sector stands for. I am Khadija Oluwatoyin. I'm saying thank you for joining us.